How do I use AI to write better grant? How do I use AI to write better grants? So this has been a question that has been on my mind for a long time. So that is since the year started. So and the thing is that AI has kind of revolutionized our world. So this is in terms of writing, in terms of how we get information, and also in terms of how we interact with the world. And the thing is that AI is not going away. So the best thing for us to do is that we have to find a way of bringing the generative AI into the grant writing world. So there are several ways that I have found that you can bring AI into the grant writing world. And to be specific, there are three ways that I have found that for now these are the ways that we can bring AI into the grant writing world. So the first one is to summarize massive NOFOs, NOFAs, CFPs, CFAs, and RFPs. So I will tell you what those terms are. So I'll start with the NOFO. So NOFO is so there are two of them. There is NOFO and there is NOFA. So these are mostly for the federal grants. And what they mean is that for NOFO it is notice of funding opportunity, and on the other hand for NOFA is notice of funding availability. So these are ways of federal grant to be. These are the ways that you are made aware that these federal grants are available. The second one is CFP. So CFP is for call for proposal. After CFP, you have CFA. So this one is call for application. And then finally, one of the most common ones is RFP. So this one means request for funding. So what you do is that when you receive this and now you find that they are very big, or you don't understand what they are about. So what you want to do is that you want to use generative AI to analyze it for you so that it tells you, like, it summarizes for you what the main points are and what the grant is about and who the grant is for. So this is one of the ways to use generative AI, and that is to summarize this request for funding. So you want to use it so that you can summarize it, you know what it is about, you know who they are looking to fund, and also like the what is required of you as an non-profit. So that is the first way of using generative AI in your grant writing. The second way, oh sorry, for the for the summarizing, I also recommend using cloud AI. So that is the best one that we have found in our grant writing processes. So the second way to use generative AI is by using it for research. So this is whereby you want to do research for your grant. So this is maybe it is in your region. You want to maybe you are looking to tackle something like housing situation in your region. So you want to use generative AI because now it is very fast. And now the best one I recommend is perplexity. So this one is now gives you the sources of where they get their data from. So when they give you this data now, it is very easy for you to verify. And now when you use it in your grant now, you can cite the source of your data. So that is the second way. It is more about doing research for your grant. Like now, when you start writing your grant now, you are doing research to know research about your problem, research about the solutions out there, research about your region. So it is more about like giving your grant the background. It is more about the background of your grant, so that now after that now you come in, now you put that background information into perspective so that it is relatable to your nonprofit, and also you verify it so that it is relevant. But as I've said, the best generative AI to use is the perplexity, which now gives you now the sources from where they are getting their data from. So that is the second way of using generative AI in your grant writing. The third way is narrative brainstorming. So this is where now, so there are two ways you can use it. So the first one is that you can use generative AI like grant writing. Not grant writing, but something like ChatGPT. So you can use it to kind of generate ideas for you, so that even if you don't know how to write the grant, it can give you an idea of how to go about it. So that is one way you can use it. So if you feel that you are stuck, you can use it to kind of give you ideas, so that you can know like you can start with this way or you can start your grant that way. So it will enable you to write your to be able to get started with writing your grant if you are stuck. The second way is by analyzing the narrative that you have already written. So now generative AI is very good at this, especially ChatGPT and Cloud. So what you do is that you take the narrative that you have written, and then now you put it into ChatGPT, and now you tell ChatGPT to analyze it. So you can tell it like you are a federal grant reviewer in the Department of Justice, and I would like you to now you are analyzing this grant narrative, so that you find whether it meets the standard or not. So now you tell it now to give you the summary and it its perspective on your narrative. So by this way now you use the the information that ChatGPT has, like the information that generative AI has. You use it in such a way that it kind of reveals for you your grant narratives. And now in this way now you can know like where to change, where to keep it the way it is. And now it enables you to have the best narrative that resonates with your funder. So those are the three ways that you use generative AI. So the first one is summarizing. Summarizing the grant opportunity. So this can be NOFA, CFPs, CFS, and RFPs. So you use generative AI to summarize it, and now to tell you what the grant is about, who it is for, and what kind of organizations they are looking to fund. So that's the first way of using generative AI to summarize this grant opportunity. And now the best generative AI tool that we recommend is Cloud AI. The second way to use generative AI in your grant writing is by doing research for your grant. And now the best tool to do this is Perplexity. So this one is it gives you the sources from which they have used to give you that the data that they have given you. So by this way now you can like you can you can verify the data that they have given you, and now you can use that data now to cite it in your grant, so that if the funder want to verify it, they can go to the site and verify it. And now the final way of using generative AI in your grant writing is by using generative AI to brainstorm your narrative. So this one is that using it to generate ideas of how you can start your grant. So this is for when you are stuck or when you don't know how to go about it. And now the second way is by using generative AI to analyze your grant narrative and then give you recommendations and the summary so that you can know what to change and what to keep as it is. So that's all for today. So this is the Light Experience podcast, and this is the grant edition. So I'll see you in the next session. Bye bye. Kapediam.